just keep pushing for them, man. I like inspiring others. I like, you know, I'm that same little kid when, you know, I used to draw and show my dad and my mom, you know what I mean? Like, here, this is my work. This is what I'm doing for everybody, you know what I'm saying? I'm just showing my work and just, you know, trying to stay as positive and motivational as possible.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so just for the people, you know what I mean? Trying to influence the people,
Yeah.
help them out and all that.
Definitely.
I appreciate it. And the last one is if you got anything to say to a new barber, an old barber, anything like that, what you got to say to them? Like a little word of inspiration or a vet of 10 years or a guy like yourself or a brand new barber.
I'm going to go to my quote.
Yeah.
Hard work, dedication, motivation, consistency, the will to keep going when the going gets tough and the tough gets going. You can apply that to your life. Anything that you're doing, if you want to create product, anything in life, relationships, it takes hard work. You got to be dedicated. You got to stay motivated. You got to be consistent at everything that you're doing because life is going to hit you. And when it gets tough, what you got to do, you got to keep going. You got to fight through it. So that's basically
the only way to make it out. You just got to get through it.
Yeah.
Jeezy, I appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you again.
Yeah, no problem.
You, enjoy the day and everything.
Right.
All love, bro. Appreciate it, bro.
Thank you.
360 TV. 360 TV. 360, 360, 360,
Alright, you guys, so before you actually start cutting, what you want to do is comb the hair out first. What this does, it lifts the hair off of the scalp, making it easier for the hair to feed into the teeth of the blade. So my client asked me for a 2 on top with a mid taper, so that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I grab my masters with my 2 guard on with the lever fully closed, and I'm going with the grain of his pattern. Now, mind you, he showed me his cowlick in the front, so I'm not gonna run the clipper all the way through. I'm gonna do something different with the cowlick, and I'm gonna stay away from it as much as possible with this 2 guard. You could go about attacking this cowlick, but me, I'm just gonna use a higher guard. All right, I have my 3 guard on, and I'm just going with the grain, knocking it down. But you can go with the grain of the cowlick as well with the 2 guard that I used. But to be on the safe side, I just keep it thicker. That way, it gives more of a full appearance. Now, being a waver, I know how the crown is supposed to be. You're supposed to be swooping that crown over on the left side a little bit more. So I did that with the comb, and I'm doing the same thing as I go around it with my clippers to take it down. Again, I go a guard size higher on the crown. That way, you keep the crown thicker because the crown is the thinnest part of anyone's head. So next, I'm gonna work on the side taper. I'm gonna brush everything down to set in my first guideline, which is my bald line using my Babyliss FX Pro Lithium trimmers. All right, so I'm gonna do it in a rainbow-like shape just to give my client a new look. Don't be basic when you're doing these blends. Add some, you know, curvature to your blends. That way you can stand out and be unique. Next guideline I'm gonna set in, I'm gonna use my masters with the lever fully open, and in that same shape, I'm gonna go up about a 1/2 inch to set in my lever open guideline. Now everybody needs a powerful motor clipper go-to, all right, in their arsenal, and that's what the masters are for me. So putting on the one guard with the lever fully open, as you can see, I'm going up and I'm using my comb to feed those hairs into the teeth of the blade, making sure everything is at that one open length. So with the masters, I feel like they take bulk down really good, and it's just an overall good clipper. Next, I'm gonna go with the grain and just knock down some of that bulk at the top. I don't want to go against the grain and try to, knock off bulk that way, because that's gonna bring the fade higher, and we don't want to do that. As wavers, we like our tapers really low as possible because we're trying to keep all the waves to the shoreline as much as possible. And if you guys want to know where you can pick up these Andis Masters, it will be linked in the description below. These are some good clippers for all around, especially when I'm traveling. So next, I'm gonna use my zero guard with the lever fully closed, and in a flick out motion, I'm gonna flick out that middle line. Now keep in mind that I'm using my corners the entire time. What I don't wanna do is use the full blade. It's gonna be too much to look at, all right? You're gonna be focused on that one part when you really gotta look at that other edge of that blade. So you don't wanna get yourself confused. That's why I only use, my corners in tight areas. So in the same way you attack that middle line is the same way you attack that bottom line, all right? So no guard with the lever fully closed, and in a flick out motion, flick out that bottom line, all right? And make sure you adjust your lever as you go up. And lastly, what you want to do is detail your work. What I did, I didn't have a mirror, to refer to. I just took a step back, rest my eyes a little bit, and just came back to the blend and started detailing. All right, I started using my corners of my blade in areas where I see bulk, and using my larger guards like my 2 guard, and just taking off more bulk at the top, and just detailing as much as I can. So as far as the back goes, I use the same exact steps in the same exact method, all right? I use the bald line, then my lever open, then I throw on my 1 guard on, then I'll go with the grain with my 1 guard to soften up that bulk at the top. Then I'll work my way back down in the middle, take out that middle line with the 0 guard closed. After that, lever fully closed. And lastly, detail your work, all right? And what you wanna do is you wanna memorize these steps. You don't wanna be, fumbling around, wondering what to do next. You wanna have these steps already memorized. That way, it saves you time and effort. When it comes to lining up your client, the best advice I could give you is to start in the middle, then work your way to the edges. Lastly, what you want to do is end the haircut with a freehand trim. This makes the haircut look finished. It gets all those straggly hairs that's on top to get the hair to lay down. And to all my barbers or wavers out there seeing this, notice how I'm combing that gapped area. If you want to know how to get rid of those gapped areas, all you got to do is take a comb and comb it in that right direction, and just keep doing that, and it'll line up and everything will be laid in place, and it'll basically just disappear. Listen, I flew all the way out from California to Toronto to give this man this cut. Shout out to the barber owner that came up to me and told me that, hey, look, I got somebody for you. I was a little skeptical at first because not everybody knows a real waver when they see one. But as sure as he took his do-rag off, I said, God did. You too. This is the cut. And if you like it, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. Also, HustleDreamProduction, that's my brother, he does all my beats. His YouTube channel and his Instagram will be linked in the description below. Make sure you guys go give him a follow. Also, if you want to know where you can find any tools you've seen in this video, links will be in the description below. Otherwise, you guys can follow me on Instagram and TikTok. My TikTok is official360Jeezy and my Instagram is 360Jeezy. But it's your boy 360Jeezy, and I'm out of here.